GM Defense is part of General Motors' catalog of divisions, and GM Defense involves all sorts of military-focused projects. Their latest project? Trying to take the pre-existing GMC Hummer EV and adapt parts and aspects of it for military applications, all with an eco-friendly, electric-based focus. It should be noted, however, that the project as a whole is barely past the planning stages and won't be reaching its more evolved stages for at least a few more years at the soonest. Read on to find out more details about how GM Defense is going to take the GMC Hummer EV and adapt it for military applications. The Hummer EV will serve as the base. Many aspects taken directly from the GMC Hummer will be incorporated into the new military vehicles. After all, General Motors makes military-focused products, and that division is managed through GM Defense, General Motors' military-focused division. Their next project, ambitious though it may be, is taking the pre-existing GMC Hummer EV and modifying it to become an electric light reconnaissance vehicle, ELRV. Ideally, this project should reach fruition sometime in 2022. The project is currently under U.S. Army evaluation. That said, it's not going to be a carbon copy, but instead, it's a bunch of components from the pre-existing vehicle incorporated into the ELRV, but modified per military specifications. These components include, but are not limited to, its frame, its electric motors, and GM's Ultium battery system. Thanks to the latter, this new ELRV has the fast charging capability of 100 miles of range in 12 minutes. The aesthetics, however, will not be incorporated, leaving the ELRV with an original appearance. Further, a few prototypes are planned for initial assembly for testing and military evaluation in early 2022, pending military approval of the project. No surface resemblance though. As previously mentioned, these new vehicles are deliberately planned to be aesthetically different from civilian versions of GMC Hummers. While the finished appearance isn't finalized, the ELRV is planned to bear a striking resemblance to GM Defense's Infantry Squad Vehicle, ISV, which uses both powertrain and frame of the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 midsize pickup truck. And while the project isn't fully confirmed, the fact that the Army put out a request for companies to develop this ELRV-type vehicle seems to imply this project will come to fruition at some point. Further, 10 companies are currently in the competition to produce such a vehicle, though only 2 will be awarded the chance to actually proceed with the project in the next few years. Regardless, GM may continue the Hummer EV as a civilian vehicle with several variants. On top of that, a modern Humvee could be in the works for GM Defense. Weaponizing the electric Hummer. This development of the ELRV is the next step in the military adding electric vehicles into their arsenal and fleet. While this plan is currently in its infancy, it is nonetheless essential and vital for the military to begin more of an electric-based focus within their fleet. The ELRV is slated to be the first purpose-built vehicle of its kind, and also the first to be built from scratch. The Hummer EV was chosen as the template for many aspects of the ELRV, barring any aesthetic modifications. GM Defense has also been doing a significant amount of research and development of EVs for the defense industry, and that research and development is planned to be a crucial step in the formation of GM's electrification plans for the next few years. Further, electric vehicles will also be more eco-friendly and combat climate change, which makes the ELRV a lot more desirable from several parties, including the government. GM Defense has currently identified up to $25 billion for potential future business opportunities regarding the ELRV and similar vehicles. Still in the introduction stages. While all these prospects and developments may seem exciting, it's important to remember that this project has a long way to go, as it isn't even in the prototype stage yet. As mentioned before, only 2 of the 10 companies will win the chance to actually work on the ELRVs, and even then, the military will be a few years before they make their final decisions. A lot of factors will weigh into the final decision, such as what the detailed specifications for the prototypes will be. EVs may have the potential to assist in military-focused missions, though using an EV as the choice of vehicle can present various setbacks and obstacles, all of which will need careful consideration before the project enters production. The next stage of the project is to have the ELRV prototype perform hands-on tests, and, should all factors and timetables align, that could happen as early as next year. The first Hummer EV will be a showcase for off-road capability, with a long list of standard equipment engineered to make the pickup extremely nimble and rugged. With its sideward travel, crab walk is the showiest feature, but extract mode, using the air suspension system to raise the truck by up to 5.8 inches to clear extreme obstacles at low speed, might be the most useful. 2022 GMC Hummer EV pricing $112,595 for the first to arrive Edition 1. Other versions will arrive later and will be priced between $80,000 and $100,000 depending on options and trim. Our experience behind the wheel of the Pickup Edition 1 was brief, lasting less than 1 hour. We spent all that time on closed courses with a GM engineer in the passenger seat and another in the second row. The engineer directed us through several off-road obstacles, including a short rock crawl, a hill climb and descent, and some short slalom courses on a gravel trail, all while being reminded of the vehicle's pre-production status. The pickup didn't need any apologies, it was very impressive. First of all, even though the pickup is big and heavy, the available power flows so freely the truck is ready to leap forward at any time. The pedal response is good, though, making it easy to modulate the speed without getting overwhelmed. The off-road pieces of the puzzle are complex and will take drivers a while to figure out and master. Without instruction and study, this pickup is not a truck you can jump into and get the most out of. There are so many options, from ride height to terrain selection, to regeneration settings, to differential locks, that even expert off-roaders will have to take some time to calibrate. Leaving everything on auto is an option, but what a waste of capability. Our closed course on road time showed the pickup to be stable, comfortable, and reasonably agile. The suspension willingly swallows bumps and dips, and body roll is controlled and predictable. We swapped seats with the GM engineer so he could demonstrate watts to freedom and enjoyed a thrill ride as the pickup leapt to speed like a supercar. The engineer showed off the pickup's stability on a curving gravel road, using the throttle to slide and steer through turns. Not driving behavior we felt empowered to attempt in a manufacturer's pre-production model, but fun to experience. The pickup's cabin impresses with its spaciousness and comfort, both in the front row and second row of seating. A 13.4-inch touchscreen is the window into infotainment, and a 12.3-inch digital dash adds more graphics and visual appeal. Bose Audio with 14 speakers provides the soundtrack. The audio-visual component strives to enhance the driving experience in the pickup, with animations, motor sounds, and other cues building excitement and involvement. The second row seats lift to reveal under-seat storage, but the seat backs do not fold flat. Overhead, the infinity roof, a transparent panel system, makes the cabin feel light and airy. The system's lightweight panels are removable without tools, though there's no apparent dedicated storage location for them in the cabin or the pickup's bed. The panels seem to be made of Lexan or similar material, not glass, and will need to be protected from knocks and bumps to keep looking good. If GMC's accessories catalog doesn't provide panel covers and garage racks, the aftermarket will undoubtedly take care of that. Rugged but classy is the best way to describe the new Hummer. The exterior incorporates lots of interesting features. For example, the headlights double as charge indicators, and there's a small American flag hidden near the midsection of the truck where the roof and body meet. The truck also uses GMC's Super Trick Multi-Pro tailgate. It folds all the way down as a whole or in sections with lots of built-in accessories. The Hummer looks bigger than in photos and has a genuine presence evoking a memory of the military-inspired H-2. It seems to sit very high off the ground, with a nearly flat abdomen emphasizing this height. The underbody is neatly buttoned up, with skid plates and protective shields concealing the usual jumble of pipes and rods under an ice car. A 5-foot bed balances the 4-door crew cab pickup. There's an 11.3 cubic foot trunk. GM calls it an E-trunk, under the hood of the truck where an engine might have been, easily big enough to swallow a week's worth of groceries or a couple of rollerboard suitcases. Thanks to 4-wheel steering, which can direct the rear wheels up to 10 degrees in either direction, the driver can engage a mode turning the front and rear wheels in the same direction in certain low-speed situations. The pickup follows the wheels, resulting in a crab walk. This ability can help the pickup avoid obstacles in very tight situations, mitigating the need to reverse, steer, go forward, reverse, etc. Once mastered, crab walk can also be engaged to slide into a parking space or to amaze your friends in the driveway, watts to freedom, is basically a launch control system for the EV. Once engaged, the system combines haptic feedback and sound enhancements with infotainment animations as the pickup adjusts its height and gives the go-ahead to launch. The EV makes the most of available traction and shoots forward with enough authority to throw passengers back in their seats. It's a roller coaster ride best reserved for drag strips and closed roads, and it's a blast. Standard equipment on all, including Edition 1, includes Super Cruise capability with 3 years of service, Ultra Vision with high-definition surround vision, digital key, 35-inch OD tires, infinity roof, with removable panels, power rear drop glass, and a 6-function multi-pro tailgate.